Camp 2. Do I belong here? Your perspective is now about the people around you. You want to know if the people around you have the same shared values. So these 4 questions, they measure Camp 2. Question 7. At work, my opinions seem to count. Question 8. The mission or the purpose of my organization makes me feel my job is important. Question 9. My associates or fellow employees are committed to doing quality work. Question 10. I have a best friend at work. Camp 3. How can we all grow? This is the most advanced stage of the climb. At this stage, you are impatient for everyone to improve. You want to make everyone better, to learn, to grow, and to innovate. Only after you have climbed up and through the other 3 stages can innovation effectively begin. There is a difference between invention and innovation. When you started your new job, you may have come up with different ways of doing things, but those ideas didn't carry much weight. Innovation is novelty that can be applied. You can apply new ideas when you are focused on the right expectation. Remember base camp. If you are confident in your own expertise, remember Camp 1. And if you are aware if the people around you will accept or reject your new ideas, remember Camp 2. If you can't answer positively to these earlier items, then you will find it impossible to apply your new ideas. So questions 11 and 12, they measure Camp 2. Question 11. In the last 6 months, someone at work has talked to me about my progress. Question 12. This last year, I had the opportunity to work, to learn, and grow. So the summit, you finally made it. It's the very top of the mountain. If you can respond positively to all 12 questions we went over, then you have reached the summit. Your focus is clear and you feel a reoccurring sense of achievement, as if the best of you is being called upon and the best of you is responding every single time. The people around you, they seem thrilled to the challenge of their work, and they feel achieved as well. You all have a shared purpose and you stick together. It's not easy to stay at the summit though. The ground is moving, the wind is blowing, but while you're there, you're having a great time. If this is a psychological climb you made or failed to make from the moment you started your current role, where are you now? Base camp, Camp 1, Camp 2, Camp 3, or the summit? Maybe you have been promoted and you were at the summit in your old role, but now you have a new boss and you're back at base camp. In your career, you may be at either level of your climb. For example, you may have started your current role because it offered you a chance to learn and grow. In that sense, you went straight to Camp 3. And you may be a little more patient with your manager as it relates to him or her communicating their expectations down at base camp. Regardless to where you are on the mountain, as long as your basic needs are not being met, base camp and Camp 1, you will likely burn out, become unproductive, and leave. If you answer positively to Camp 2 and 3 and negatively to the lower camps, be very careful. You are in a vulnerable position. This is called mountain sickness. In the physical world, mountain sickness is brought on by the lack of oxygen at high altitudes. Starved of oxygen, your heart starts pounding, you feel breathless and disoriented. If you don't climb down to a lower altitude, your lungs will fill with fluid and you will die. There is no way to cheat mountain sickness. The only way to beat it is to climb down and give your body a chance to climatize. The more time you spend in the lower reaches, like base camp and Camp 1, the more stamina you will have at the summit. This is no different in the psychological climb we described. Base camp and Camp 1, they're the foundation. So let's put back on your manager hat. The metaphorical mountain reveals that the key to building a strong and a vibrant workplace lies with meeting employees' needs in base camp and camp 1. This is where you should focus your energy and your time. If your employees' lower level needs remain unaddressed, everything else you do is irrelevant. But if you can meet these needs, then the rest, the team building and the innovation, it's just much easier. If an employee doesn't know what is expected of him individually in base camp, you shouldn't expect him to get excited about playing on a team, camp 2. If he feels as though he is in the wrong role, camp 1, don't bother telling him how important his innovation is to the company, camp 3. If he doesn't know what his manager thinks of him as an individual, camp 1, don't confuse him by asking him to be a part of a new learning organization, camp 3. You get it? So, great managers take aim at base camp and camp 1. Questions 1 through 6 are the foundation to building a strong and vibrant organization. So, we invite you to click on the link below to get access to the 12 engagement questions. We would love to sit down with you and go over the results of those questions when you're done. We thank you so much for taking the time out to join us on today. You have an amazing day.